What's going on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, I'm going to show you 3 easy vegetables that every new beginner gardener should try growing. If you're new to gardening and you want to know where to start, contrary to popular belief, it is easier to start gardening in a fall garden than it is a spring and summer garden. That's because the heat problems and the pest and disease pressure in a spring and summer garden increase throughout the season, whereas with a fall garden, it decreases. So it's much easier for beginners to learn in a fall garden because there is a lot less pest and disease pressure. Luckily, these 3 vegetables do fantastic in the fall. And the first vegetable is peas. That includes English peas, snow peas, and snap peas. The reason why peas are so great for the beginner is because they have very few insect pests and they have very few diseases. They germinate quickly and they are very easy to grow. Furthermore, peas require very little fertilizer because they are nitrogen fixers. They are able to suck the nitrogen out of the air and convert it into food. So really all you need to do to fertilize your peas is, upon germination, simply give them a few handfuls of an organic fertilizer and then water them in very well, and those few handfuls of fertilizer should be enough to carry the peas throughout the season. Peas increase in sweetness when they mature when the weather is cooler. That's why they are actually a better fall crop than a spring crop. They will have a higher sugar content when they mature in the fall. Most varieties of peas are also frost tolerant. The second vegetable I recommend growing are radishes. Radishes are probably the easiest vegetable that there is to grow, bar none, and they are the perfect vegetable to develop confidence for the new gardener. That's because they germinate in only about 2 to 4 days, and they're ready for harvest only in about 3 to 4 weeks. They are basically impervious to disease, and they have basically no insect pests. So they're super easy to grow. These radishes I planted last week. They are already germinated and coming up. They'll be ready to eat in only a few weeks. They also require pretty much no fertilizer. I only plant them in about 1 inch of compost, and that's usually enough nutrients to get them to bulb completely. Radishes are even more cold hardy than peas. They can not only tolerate a light frost, but they can tolerate some moderate freezes as well. As long as your ground isn't frozen, you can keep growing radishes. The third vegetable I recommend growing for beginner gardeners is carrots. Carrots are probably my favorite fall and winter vegetable to grow because when they mature in the winter, they are incredibly sweet. The cooler the weather, the higher the sugar content they have. They also have almost no disease pressure and no insect pests. They're also incredibly cold hardy. I've had my carrots survive all the way down to a record 8-degree freeze with no damage at all. So they can be grown all winter long in a wide range of locations. When it comes to fertilizing carrots, just like the peas, they pretty much only need a handful of organic fertilizer, maybe once or twice throughout the season, and that will be enough to get them through. They are super easy to grow and perfect for the beginner. Now, one thing you will notice is that I had a board on top of my carrots. That's because carrot seeds need to basically sit on the surface of the soil so rain can wash them away. I like to cover them up with a board, and they will germinate in 7 days. So this is 7 days since I sown my carrot seeds. They're already up and they're looking great. While they do look a little bit spindly right now, the sun and the wind will immediately thicken them up within a few days. So I'll link to a video above that shows you the carrot germinating board trick. I highly recommend you germinate your carrots in that way. These 3 vegetables are the perfect vegetables for new gardeners to grow to help build confidence, and they're even easier to grow in the fall. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.